At the hearing this morning, you said you had no regrets about what you've done. But what I saw was a man full of regret.
Of course I have regrets, Senator. I regret losing my family. My wife was murdered because I was responsible for protecting David Palmer during an assassination attempt. My daughter can't even look at me. Every day I regret looking into the eyes of men, women, and children, knowing that any moment their lives might be deemed expendable in an effort to protect the greater good. I regret every decision or mistake I might have made that resulted in the loss of a single innocent life. But you know what I regret the most? Is that this world even needs people like me.
So you think I'm naive to believe we need to hold ourselves to a higher standard of conduct?
It doesn't even matter what I think, Senator. You just need to understand where I work, things get a lot messier than where you work on the Hill.
What you've lost, Mr. Bauer, is tragic. What you've been compelled to do in the name of saving innocent life is tragic. But sometimes we need to incur the most horrible losses in order to uphold the ideals that this country was founded on. How can we presume to lead the world unless we set an example?
You make it sound so simple.
Well, maybe it's simpler than you think. Maybe all the things that you've seen and all the things that you've done have clouded your vision.
Look at this. Tell me about this car accident.
That has nothing to do with Juma.
Who was the victim?
Source inside of Starkwood, a whistleblower. Unfortunately, he was also a drunk. He was killed when he wrecked his car on the way home from Atlantic City. Blood alcohol, off the charts.
Senator, this was no accident. Your informant was murdered by the same man who took Ryan Burnett out this evening.
What does this mean, Bauer?
They were scared of what he had to say. What did your informant have on Starkwood?
He made a lot of wild accusations, but not a single one of them panned out.
Maybe you didn't dig deep enough. Senator, I need to know exactly what he told you.
He alleged that Starkwood was blackmailing Pentagon officials, that they were involved in assassination plots, even that they were seeking to acquire their own WMDs.
Specifically what?
Well, I don't remember, but I'm sure that his interview transcript should be there.
Okay, I got it. Oh my God. That's it.
What?
Your informant claims that Starkwood was trying to acquire a bioweapon. That's your connection to Juma.
I don't understand.
When Juma was in power, it was rumored that he was running an illegal weapons program. He was developing a bioweapon, but nobody could prove it. But the people that I knew in Sangala believed he was testing these weapons on his own population. He used a remote village, released some kind of pathogen. Everyone there was struck with dementia, paralysis, and eventually died.
Why wasn't this pursued?
Because Juma destroyed all the evidence. He firebombed the village before anyone could get there, and UN officials had a hard time believing that Juma had the technology or expertise to develop such a weapon. But Starkwood, they had both, the technology and the expertise.
And what did Juma have to offer Starkwood?
A safe haven to develop the weapon, and an endless supply of victims to test it on.
Even if all this was true, why in the world would Starkwood want a bioweapon?
Senator, you've been trying to dismantle Starkwood for the last 6 months. Maybe they planned on fighting back, but regardless, if they have a weapon like this, you better believe they intend to use it.